Hey everybody, I'm back. Didn't do a talk yesterday, tailgate talk. Don't remember what happened. I got sidetracked somehow. And I've kind of slacked off watching the news the last few days because it kept me so goddamn pissed off I couldn't stand it. All the bullshit going on. But I had the opportunity today to speak with a gentleman. And he's on up in age. He's old enough to have some sense. And he owns things. I mean, he ain't a freeloader. He works. But we got to discussing the government and all this stuff they're talking about that they're going to give people for free. And I'm listening to this man talking. I finally get feeling like it. He really ain't as intelligent as I thought he was. He felt like free college tuition and free this, free that. He had a list of stuff. They're just going to give everybody just free of charge. Well, I proceeded to explain to him a few things. First, I asked him that who's going to pay the professors at the college? Who's going to pay for the lights at the college and the utilities and everything it takes to run that college while you giving out this free tuition? Who's going to pay for all that? Well, the government is. I said, okay. I says, where do they get their money? Oh, they got money. Government's got plenty of money. I said, okay, but where do they get it from? Oh, they got money. Folks, I hope most of you that listen to me, which ain't a whole lot of you, I'd hope to get a few more people watching me than what is, which it's fine. It is what it is, but I hope y'all got enough sense to understand what I just said. I had to try to explain to him that every time he paid a tax on anything and every time he got a paycheck, the government took money from him. And that's where the government gets their money. Well, he looked at me like I was a damn fool. Commenced to tell me I needed to do some research. Well, I don't think so. I think he's the one that needs to do the research. Now, that being said, y'all all know that the more this government that we have in place now goes with these immigrants and all these programs that they're looking to start and implement, there's only one way to pay for it, and that's to increase the tax base. Now, if they were bringing people in and instantly giving them tax-paying jobs, I might could see the light at the end of a tunnel here. But they're bringing folks in there that brings nothing to the table. All they do is take, like a bunch of locusts. And I'm not saying these people are bad people, but the government's made this what it is. They're not legal, and last time I checked, you couldn't hire them. If you did, you was breaking the law hiring illegals. And if that's the case, they sure as hell ain't paying taxes, so it's going to fall back on me and you. And I've been in the industry all my life. I've been in the industry field, some type of industry. And I see it everywhere you talk, everywhere you look, everywhere you go. These big companies are doing more and more with less and less people. Oh, they pay well. Yeah, they do. They pay well. But they're doing more and more and more with less and less people. And the more taxes that the government takes out of these big companies, they're going to have to increase the prices of their products. And if they start seeing a loss of profit where they can't give an ROI to their stakeholders, they're going to start cutting any way they can to do that, or they'll no longer be an organization. So you need to be thinking on all this and realizing what I'm talking about, because they'll cut their workforce even more. They'll have to take more taxes out, which that's not their fault. They got to do what the government tells them they have to do. They'll quit giving you your raises, or not as substantial as what you're used to. Because, folks, at the end of the day, they're going to make their profit, and they're going to give their stakeholders a return on investment. They can't not do that. And they'll do whatever it takes to do that. And the more freebies the government hands out, the more money they got to have to do it. It's just like in your life, your everyday life. The more frivolous things that you do, the more money it requires. Well, if you do more frivolous things than you got income, eventually you're out of money. You can't make your mortgage payment. You can't make a car payment. You can't buy food. Can't pay the electric bill. Well, that's where we headed right now with this country. We got to turn this around. And I've said this before, the government works for us. Without us, the government would not exist. They wouldn't have any money. Without money, there's no need for them. They couldn't do anything. They wouldn't have any operating capital. And I honestly wish this country could come together and just for one day, I ain't saying stop moving around and stop working or none of that. That ain't what I'm fixing to say. I just wish for one 24-hour period, nobody in this country bought anything. Not a damn thing. Not a gallon of gas, not a stick of bubble gum. For 24 hours, nobody buy any damn thing. Go the day before, make you a plan, get what you need for the next day, and don't spend 1 red cent for 24 hours. And watch what happens. It would look like you dropped an atom bomb in the Gulf of Mexico, the shock waves that would leave from that epicenter in one day. Maybe it would wake up some folks. Maybe that's what it would take to wake up some people. Because I'm telling y'all right now, if the people we got running this country don't quit spending our money like they're doing, we ain't going to have to do that. We'll all not be able to buy anything in a day, or 2, or 3. I mean, hell, I don't want to have to live like that, y'all. I surely don't now. But anyway, I'll sign off. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. I won't do this tomorrow night. I probably will Monday. I'll probably watch the news Monday, be all pissed off. About time for me to give y'all another fiery speech. One of them pisses people off and hurts feelings. Hell, I think that's what I ought to be doing anyway. They get the most views. Anyway, y'all have a good rest of your weekend. Signing off.